What's wrong?
Lionel, you must listen to me. Evil forces are gathering against you.
Hello.
Whoa.
Hello. So, in the last video, a bunch of stuff happened. I'll throw a previously on right here.
What?
But now what I need to do is get all of this put into that, which isn't an easy task because it's got a lot of wires, a lot of power requirements, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start with this battery here. This thing has a bunch of batteries in it. These are 18650 cells. I'm gonna take them out and make a battery to power that with. And then we'll have a rechargeable battery. That's gonna take a little bit of prep. So in the meantime, why don't you check out what I got at the dump last week? And I found this guy. So notably, it is covered in rust. In pretty good condition, however. Could be better. So I think the first thing that I need to do here is just try and loosen it up a bit. Now, when I found this at the dump, it did open. So I'm just gonna take a little screwdriver here and wrench at it a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah. That's nasty. The good kind of nasty that you hate. So unlike me, with time, this has started looking better. So, this thing is looking a lot better. It's got some sweet little eagles on there, if I can get it to focus on them. Focus! Well, I'll take a picture of it and show you. So, while it might not look like much, I found this thing in the trash, and it now has a completely new life ahead of it. Yeah. Got a Strat. Ouch. Burned the screw out. That's progress. Hell yeah. So I guess now is the part of the video where I tell you, don't do what I'm doing. This is a bad idea. It's very not safe. And it's not even working, so don't do this.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
Not even me.
Should get that in slow-mo.
Okay, now this thing will come off there. Awesome. Yay. Now what I need to do is get these apart. This is what I've been trying to do the whole time. Nothing has changed. I've just made progress. Everything's the same. We are still where we were. I'm gonna try a drill. So there's 15 volts going across one side of this thing. So whenever I separate them, I want to be very careful about doing it. Yeah, I don't have a plan here. Just bang the fuck out of it until it gives. Okay, strat 1's not working.
Ask please.
Please separate. Please. What was holding it? That doesn't make any sense.
La nouveau parfum signature pour chat.
Welcome back from the ad break. So, as you can see, I have some cells here. I have to check their voltage, each individual one. Right now they're all connected. So this should add up to 6 volts right here, this one. 1.6, so that's undercharged. 3, that one's undercharged. Okay, 1.5, 3.1. Okay. So what I can do about each of these is I have a charger that I can use to bring them back up to what they should be. But that means I have to disconnect them and get them out of this pack. Which obviously is easier said than done. But I'm gonna do it, gosh darn it. What happens if I just yank them? Ouch. I keep hurting myself. Oh, right, because it's connected, it's not gonna come apart. That's why we needed to disconnect them.
So you said it's dangerous. What would happen? What's the dangerous thing that could happen?
Like a fire or a spark or an explosion, you know, any number
Am I
of things.
standing too close?
You're fine. Ha! Da 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 da.
Rugrat sound.
Now we have 4 kind of cleaned up cells. Right now I have to restore the cells. Each of these should read around the same voltage. So this is 1.5 volts. So it's gonna go into the charger and hopefully it just comes back. Actually, which end was the negative and which end was the positive? I can tell by connecting this like that. And then if it's a negative number, then I know I've got it reversed. I don't know. I'm not an electrician or an engineer. This one's 1.5, so I'm gonna put it in here. I have 8 batteries here. I've got a bunch up here charging, but it's gonna take a while. I do have this little Alibaba DIY charger thing and 8 batteries here. I've ordered them by their voltage, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start sticking them in here. And if this thing works, that would be awesome. Okay. Now, that's allegedly all you gotta do for this thing to work. should charge up these batteries. Putting this on there for my own safety. I don't I don't trust this thing. And that Roku stick also used a Type B, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use it. And plug it in here. See what happens. No light. Well, check. These two bus bars have a voltage. Does 1.7 and climbing. So it is actually working. While I'm waiting on those batteries to charge, I went ahead and wrapped this around here and hooked this back up to the Roku so that I could use it. And this is just to keep it nice and tidy here. Now, it needs a way to be powered once it's in there. And I just went ahead and added a little wire with a connection going into both of these. And I'm hoping that'll work. I don't know if it will. But I need a way to power that. So a smart man might use resistors or something to jump from to just pull from the main power. However, I'm not a smart man, and I do have a little what is this called? Lipo Amigo. So I'm gonna use this instead, because it puts out 5 volts, and it should get me a pretty similar result. Yeah, I can see it comes on, and I mean, that's all I really need, is for it to come on. Now, I don't have a way to turn it on when I turn this on, but that should be pretty compact right there. Right, and we do have the Roku screen on there. So this little wire connection I've got does seem to work well enough. Well, I mean, heck, I might not even need it, because it looks to work fine with it just right there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, well, after running that experiment, I found this thing. It's a buck converter, so I'm going to use it instead because of the fact that it has a power switch instead of a button that I would have to press. But this will require a teensy bit of soldering to get going. So I've got this guy, and I can plug this into this, no problem. And then I would just solder these two to a connector so that I can connect it to that thing. Or something like that. Alright, so now if I supply this with 12 volts, it should come on anyway. Okay. Should immediately come on. Yep, there we go. Cool. So that's how we're gonna be powering it then. With that done, I need a way to power this, which should be a lot easier than all that. Now I do have this DC in, but I also have these little guys on the bottom. Whenever I'm providing 12 volts, let's go ahead and measure that. Okay, looks like it's these two here, this one being the positive and that one being, or other way around, this one being the positive, this one being the negative. So if I supply 12 volts directly to that, I should be Gucci. So I think that's gonna mean unhooking these and then hooking them back up, which doesn't sound like a tremendous amount of fun. But I think I could just solder a wire to there and that would be half the battle. And then the other one, I could just solder over here. I think that's what I'll do. Take this razor blade here. My favorite tool, a razor blade. There, you see, the terrible wiring job isn't because I'm incompetent, it's because I planned ahead. Well, there we go. Now that I've got, whoop, now that I've got that in place, I have most of this project done. This guy can now sit in here with its own power. Just try and fit it in like right there. Nah, that's not gonna work. It's got some posts, so I think we gotta cut it. It's not gonna cut it, so I gotta cut it. Yeah. Now you're probably wondering why I don't cut these wires shorter. It's mostly just that I don't trust myself to do it without breaking this project entirely. I've put far too much work into doing this to break it now. That's pretty close. So now, if I were to plug this in here, give it 12 volts, I should see. So I see a pretty bad image. So what I can do about that... Oh, interesting. Well, what I can do about that right away is put that pin back. And then, just like that, we should have a stable image. And it should stay relatively stable. So now, the only thing that I need to actually fit in there would be the little HDMI right there. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. I can't see anything going wrong with that now. I think that I've made a thing. Like, this is great. This thing, I think I could probably tear it apart and let's razor blade it, see what happens. Ooh, we've got opening. Opening is happening. Yes, this is all going my way. Oh shit. Okay, so now if I can fit this in through this hole over here, that would be perfect. I just gotta make an HDMI sized hole. This thing should fit in there. Perfect. Okay. No project is complete without a little bit of hot glue. So, hot glue on there. There we go. This thing can get closed up because it's done. I just gotta work on the back side now, which is completely separate. So I can close this up somehow. Honestly, I don't remember how it went together to begin with, so I am just eyeballing this. There appears to have been a miscalculation. I think this thing is still in the way because it needs to get over that in order to close. So, it's too early on the hot glue. However, if I get this out of its case, I might not need to worry about it. Yeah, there we go. That looks safe. So now that I've buttoned it all the way up and there's no taking it apart, let's make sure it still works. It should be fine. Let's see. Let's get. Yep. You can see here we've got the oh dear God. We've got the screen bits doing screen bits, and it's just plugged in using an HDMI over there. That's the core of the project done. The second part is the battery.
Hey man, littering kills.
What? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it
Oh
does.
shit! Bang, bang. Don't litter! As of today, the batteries have finished charging. I do actually have a solution for not having power problem. So this here is a BMS board, and what I can do with this is solder these to the batteries and create something that'll put out 12 volts. It will be 12.6 volts, which is more voltage than I actually want, but it'll be fine. So I gotta wrap these together. So let's see, I've got electrical tape here. The nice thing about that Alibaba charger is that it should have put all of these at the same voltage. So that's the whole reason I use that thing. Okay, we got 3 little packs here. I gotta get them connected. So I have this little spot welder that I got off of Amazon the other day. I don't know if it's any good. This will be my first time trying it. So let's find out how well it works. Together, put it across it like that with a little bit tailing out so that I can solder to the end of it. Jesus Christ, these are dull. I've never used this, so I just hope it works. Put these 2 like that. Oh. Okay, it looks like the trigger is not on. It's just set to go whenever I press down on both. Which is mildly convenient, but it's also kind of annoying because that means that I have to learn as I go. And I'm not a very fast learner like that. So let's push this one all the way down. There. Okay, push that one all the way down. Easy. Done. Cool, 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 cool. It's pretty satisfying, honestly. Love it. I don't even know what the battery life on this thing is like. But that's pretty great. Surprisingly easy. So now if I take a measurement of the voltage of this, It should be twice what it was. And I didn't measure it before, but this one hasn't been toyed with, 4.18, and this one, 4.18. That's not what it should be. Should be twice that. Or no. Yeah, it should stay at 4.18. Yeah. Whenever I switch them into series, that's when it'll double. Okay, cool. Where did I put that? For those of you following along at home, this is the only part that actually makes sense to follow along with. Everything else that I've been doing, probably don't do that stuff. That was stupid stuff. And 4.18, nice. So I didn't break anything. So now I gotta solder each of those to this guy. So that spot welder. Oh Jesus Christ. Works pretty good. I can't remember how much I paid for it. Probably between 20 and 60 bucks. It's not too bad. It's a portable one, so works perfect for me since I don't have a ton of space. Okay, so for this next part, I need to wire from here to here, from here to here, from here to there, from there to there, there to there, there to there, and then I'll get my voltage in and out right there. So, gotta heat up my soldering iron.
Let me show you some of the different lengths of wire I used. Whoa.
Let's not reverse wiring this early in the project. Alright, that looks pretty good. So these ones will be a little bit more tricky because I need them to connect to each other as well as connect to here. Alright, really globbed it on there, but it should. Now I just gotta get all these connected to where they're gonna go. That's gonna go to the last battery right there. These two are just gonna be off in oblivion. Okay, this is gonna connect right there. Or no, these two are gonna connect together. That's gonna connect right there. Then these two are gonna connect together. That's gonna go right there, and that's gonna go right there. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really, these aren't really necessary because they're still connected, but I'm gonna do that anyway, just for my own sanity. Okay, final moment of truth. I'm gonna flip this power switch and see if it comes on. And look at it, I can hear it. Can't see it yet. There it is. Cool. Alright, so I got the little Roku here. Plug that guy in. And then plug this in here. Go. Got it on. No signal, so probably waiting on the. Yep, still waiting on it to boot up. Can see it there. Finally, I can watch Community the way God intended on a tiny portable Bentley TV. It doesn't need a proper charger hooked up to it, but this project is done. I can watch TV on the go. I can hook it up to an HDMI, And you know what? It doesn't even look that janky. Yes, it does look janky, but not that janky. It's not that bad. I've seen worse. And it is working.
Isn't everyone you'd be suing dead?
Oakley dokley. So this will be the last time I have this open, hopefully. I gotta fix this wiring job, and then I gotta attach the charger, and then we will finally be for real done with this project. What a journey. What a journey. So the first things first, I've got this wired directly up into here, and I don't want it to be wired directly up into here. I actually wanted it to be wired up directly into its counterpart over here. So I'm going to desolder that, pull this one off, and then I'll have to solder it over here. Don't feel like this heat shrunk enough. But that's alright. I gotta take it all apart anyway. And then the other thing that I need to do is get these guys ready. So this will be where the power inputs to charge the batteries. So I can put this guy pretty much anywhere. Ideally, I would swap that out with it. That's real deep in there. Seems kind of like a pain in the butt to access, and it's also where all the power is coming in and out of the board. I don't really want to mess with that. However, I could put this like right here to charge everything. I think that'll work fine, so I'll do that. Yep, that'll do. Only lost a little bit of copper. That's alright. Didn't need it anyway. Alright, so this needs to connect to this one over here that's after the power switch. Not that one. Because as it was draining the battery and essentially rendering the power switch useless. Looks pretty good to me. Alright. So now that that's done, I'll just wrap it in some electrical tape. And well, actually, before I do that, I want to know what the battery is at whenever it's on, but not when it's off. So, where did I put that battery indicator? Right there. So the battery indicator will have a couple wires coming from here, and it's going to connect to there and to there. I don't know where I harvested this from, but it'll work perfectly for what I'm doing here. So, I just got to cut the ends. Let's gain access to the wire there. So now that that guy's done, I'm gonna try and clean it up a little bit by giving it an electrical tape wrap going down. Try and make it a little bit nicer. This is a pretty messy project, and ideally I never ever have to open it again. But on the off chance that I do, I want to at least have something nice to work with in here. Nice-ish. Yeah, that pretty much fits. I'll have to hot glue that in place. But that looks good. I can dig right there. Sure. ahead and use something to mark the outline of where that's gonna be. And kind of cleaned up the tip a little bit. Cool. Just goes to show, when you're starting to doubt your progress, just keep going. Okay. That will just sit. Oh, it's just barely not enough. All right. There we go. Perfect. Hot glue. Beautiful. Hot. Oh, hot. Fuck. Beautiful. A little bit of hot glue. Now I might want to plug something into that and make sure I can even reach it before I fully hot glue it. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright. Hot glue. Hot glue. Yes. Okay. Hot. Oh, hot. Oh, 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 oh. It's magnificent. Prevent any shorts by just not having anything that's not covered in hot glue. All right. So right now, because the battery's dead, oh, well, the battery is low, it's not dead. Portable TV, it's portable and it's a TV. Yeah. I don't upload very frequently, but when I do, it's usually wacky projects like this.